Hey guys, welcome to another tier ranking list, and welcome to Denzel Washington tier ranking. These are all the Denzel Washington movies I have seen, which is pretty much most of them, or at least all his big ones. Love Denzel Washington. I have like current actor still working. He is one of my favorites. He barely ever gives a bad performance in a film. I love a lot of his movies, even his like very no-name films. I really enjoy. I wanted to do Denzel Washington because I've done top 10 lists about him, but I wanted to do like a whole ranking talking about his movies and even some of his more obscure films. So let's get to it. Tier ranking Denzel Washington movies. S is the best, F is the worst. I love the first one here. First one is Fallen. Fallen is underrated film. This is Denzel Washington plays a police officer, or he has to basically fight a demon in this movie. This demon called Azazel, and Azazel is is like a serial killer because Azazel is an actual demon from hell, and when he touches people, he goes through body to body. And when he's at all these people's bodies, he murders people and frames them and basically kills them. So Denzel Washington basically has to figure out who Azazel is and try to kill him and stuff. It's a fascinating movie with a fascinating story. Great cast. You got Denzel, John Goodman, Donald Sutherland, James Gandolfini, like big cast. Very underrated. Underrated film. Then we got Equalizer, which I also enjoy. The first Equalizer is so good. Denzel's great. I love his relationship with Chloe Grace Moretz in the movie. I love how badass Denzel is. The whole third act of the when they're in the store market and he's killing all the guys. It's a badass movie. He's really fucking cool in the movie, and just Denzel's a serious actor, but he also could be a really good action star, and The Equalizer really shows that. Check out Pelham 123 is a C tier. It's okay. Like I remember I liked it a lot when it came out, but the original with Walter Matthews is a much better film. This one is good. Denzel and John Travolta's having a fun time. It's kind of like a paint by numbers, kind of like hostage story. Nothing groundbreaking. It's entertaining. That's it. Crimson Tide. It's one of the. I'm gonna put it in the A tier. It's a great fucking movie though. This is Tony Scott. I love this movie. Gene Hackman and Denzel are both great, and it's basically about two people who have different opinions. And it's basically, do they bomb this place or not? They got a message, and they don't know if the message is bomb the place or don't bomb the place. And then it becomes like this huge conflict, and you have no idea who's in the right and who's in the wrong. And it's so fascinating. The writing for this film is just truly spectacular. Then we got the Hurricane, which is an S tier. I love the Hurricane. I think this is one of Denzel Washington's best performances. I love him in this movie as this boxer who basically goes to prison for a crime he pretty much didn't do, and he spends like most of his life in prison. And then it's about these people, these Canadians actually, who have to bail him out of jail and prove his innocence. It's a great story. It's a true story too, and Denzel is truly remarkable in this film, and I adore this film. I love it. And then we have Flight. I'm gonna put it in the B tier too. I think Flight's a very good movie. Denzel is super good in the film, and again, this movie is really reliant on his performance, and he is truly fantastic. John Goodman's also really good, and it's not the most watchable movie. It's pretty brutal, and it's hard. It's a little because Denzel is not the most likable guy in the movie, but it's still a very well made film, and Robert Zemeckis too. The Bone Collector. The Bone Collector, it's okay. Like, I like Denzel. Again, another different role for Denzel. He plays a person who's like paralyzed from the chest down, and he basically has to help this police officer solve this crime of this serial killer called the Bone Collector. There's good mystery and intrigue to it. There's some silly moments. There's some moments that just really don't work. Angelina Jolie and Denzel don't really have that good chemistry, but the movie's fine. It's fine. And then we have his directorial debut. I think this one was it this or Antoine Fisher? Either one of them. The Great Debaters. I think Antoine Fisher actually was his directorial debut. But yeah, The Great Debaters he directed. Good movie. Really enjoyed it. Very inspirational film about education. Then we got Malcolm X, which is also very good. Malcolm X is just, it's so long. It's a very long movie. Some moments really, really drag, but it's a good movie. Denzel does an amazing performance as Malcolm X. Devil in the Blue Dress, another very underrated film. Basically about careful who you trust. Fascinating film. Really, really good film. Next is He Got Game, another Spike Lee Denzel movie. Really good film about a man who is released from prison for temporary time to get his son to go to a college so he can get himself out of prison and stuff. Very brutal film, but really good. Glory. Glory is a good movie. That's a great movie. I'm gonna put that in the A tier. Denzel, again, was his first Oscar win. This is a great movie about the Battle of Gettysburg. Amazing film. Magnificent Seven, underrated film. I really enjoyed the movie. I think it's a very solid remake of the Magnificent Seven / Seven Samurai. I love the whole cast. You got Ethan Hawke, Denzel Washington, Chris Pratt, Vincent D'Onofrio. It's a very fun film. The Siege. Here we go. We're into the bad ones now. Siege is a very boring action film. Just never was watchable to me. Same with Deja Vu. I was never a fan of Deja Vu. Courage Under Fire. I'm going S tier with the Courage Under Fire. I think Courage Under Fire is a spectacular film. Absolutely fantastic film. This is another movie with such superb writing to it about Denzel, who is this soldier, and he's investigating the death of Meg Ryan's character, who was a sergeant, and he's trying to find out how she died. And all these soldiers have different stories of how she died, and he has to figure out which story is the truth. Great movie, great mystery, wonderful performances. I absolutely love this film, Courage Under Fire, and more people need to check it out. It's super, super underrated. Then we got Training Day, which is I fucking love Training Day. Everyone knows I love Training Day. It's my favorite Antoine Fuqua movie. It is. I love Denzel as Alonzo. That is my favorite character Denzel plays as Alonzo Harris. I think he's amazing. I think he's iconic. I think he's a great villain. I think Ethan Hawke is also so good in this movie. It's super entertaining. It's super fucked up sometimes. I love the direction. I love this movie. Out of Denzel's entire filmography, I've seen this movie the most. I just love it. Pimp to pimp, play to play. The Pelican Brief is an okay movie with him and Julia Roberts. I think this is another movie. Is this a movie based off of a book, right? Same as like the Rainmaker and stuff. I watched the movie a couple times. It was fine. Like I think Julia Roberts and Denzel are both pretty good in the movie, but nothing amazing. Safe House is awful. I hate this movie. I think Denzel's wasted in the film. I think Ryan Reynolds is dreadful in the movie. Never was a fan of Safe House. It's a fucking boring movie, and I think it's just stupid. The Preacher's Wife. It's not that great. It's a remake of The Bishop's Wife, which I think is a little bit of a better movie. It's almost the same movie. It's a little preachy, a little boring. Not my thing. Antoine Fisher. This is, I think, the directorial debut. Decent movie. Has its boring moments. I like Denzel and Derek Luke in the movie. It's good, but not amazing. The Little Things was dreadful. Fucking terrible. John Q. Okay, this is gonna be crazy, but John Q is his most underappreciated film ever. Nobody has seen John Q, and people need to watch John Q. It is so fucking good. It's literally about a man whose son has a heart defect, and no doctors will operate on him, and nobody will help him. So he takes a hospital hostage to find a way to save his son, and the doctors to come and do a surgery to save his son. It is so heartbreaking, the movie. It is so thrilling. Denzel is amazing in the film. And I love this movie. And anytime I talk about John Q, nobody ever knows what movie I'm talking about. It is his most underrated film, underappreciated film. Definitely check it out. Equalizer 2 was okay. Nothing, the first one was much better. Tragedy Macbeth, A tier. Everyone knows it was one of my favorite films of last year. I love Denzel as Macbeth. I think it's a great movie. I think what's her name? Frances McDormand is really good in the film as well. Brendan Gleeson. I love how the movie feels like a black and white stage play. I think it's done so well. Philadelphia is also the A tier. This is another spectacular movie with him and Tom Hanks trying to get this man to win this case against his company who fired him for being a homosexual. And Tom Hanks in the movie is a gay man dying of AIDS, and the movie's a lot about truthfulness and doing the right thing, and it's a great movie. The Book of Eli. I actually like the Book of Eli. I think Denzel is really good in the movie. I love this kind of like post-apocalyptic kind of world. It's very dark, very raw film, but I enjoyed it. Two Guns. Not really that. Not a fan. Not a fan of Two Guns. Fences. I think Fences is okay. It's a bit overrated. I'm not like the most like positive on his directing movies, sadly, but I like Denzel and Viola Davis's performances. They're both very good. I liked it for what it was, but it's not a movie I would go back and watch again. But You Do About Nothing, one of my favorite films. I love this movie. This is my favorite Shakespeare movie. This movie is just stacked. Kenneth Branagh directed this movie, and it stars Kenneth Branagh, Michael Keaton, Robert Sean Young, Keanu Reeves, Denzel Washington, and everybody is just amazing in this film. And it's my favorite Shakespeare play, and it's my favorite Shakespeare movie. Unstoppable. I like Unstoppable. It's a good movie. Tony Scott, very fun. Roman J. Israel Esquire, was not a fan. Oh God, Out of Time. Out of Time sucked. What a stupid movie. Fucking terrible film. American Gangster, great movie, underrated gangster film. More people need to see American Gangster. About Frank Lucas, the first black gangster. Super good. And then Remember Titans. This is a fucking amazing movie. This is a great movie. Just, yeah. Zero fun, sir. So here we go. Let's put these in order now. All right, so what's the best Denzel movie? So, this is hard. Very difficult. Because there's a movie where I think is my favorite movie. Then there's a movie I think is the best Denzel movie. Then I think there's the best Denzel performance. So how do I do it? I guess I gotta go by a Denzel movie. I think The Hurricane is his best movie. Then I think Training Day is his best performance. Then Much Ado About Nothing is my favorite film that he is in. So I'm gonna go that way. So Much Ado About Nothing is the best out of all of them, but we're going just strictly Denzel. Hurricane is his best movie. For the A tier, Crimson Tide will have to be on the top. American Gangster will be there right with it. And Glory, and Macbeth. Yeah. These A tier films are all so fucking. These are all like 9 out of 10 films. Like amazing. Definitely check them out. Even the B tier, these are all solid films. I'm gonna put Malcolm X on the top of the B tier with Magnificent Seven because it's the funnest. Then Equalizer because I love it. Then Devil in Blue Dress, very underrated film. Then I'll put Flight. Then Fallen. I'm gonna put Great Dictators into the game near the end. There we go. Again, all solid flicks. For the C tier, Fences will go on the top with Antoine Fisher, then Bone Collector. No, then Telephone. Yeah, that sounds right, actually. For the D tier, I think Siege is the worst. Yeah, I think that's good. The worst film is The Little Things. No, Safe House and The Little Things. Out of Time. Yeah, those are terrible Denzel films. So there we go. There's my tier ranking of all of Denzel Washington's movies that I've seen. So in the comment section below, please tell me what is your favorite and least favorite Denzel Washington movie in your opinion. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel. Enjoy the dark side.